Hi everybody, it's Patsy and Stitches. It's been a little while, and actually, get my book. A little over a month. And it was June 19th. I did Floss Tube number 6. This is Floss Tube number 7. And this is a channel about cross stitch, and I do quilting too. I haven't done it in a while, but I'm trying to get back doing something in that too. So I do have a quilt that I did a long time ago that I was going to show you. It's just briefly. It's not going to be, a bunch of things. So if you're not interested, I'll, do it near the end, so you don't have to. It won't get in your way. And but I wanted to get on and talk to you today. So it is Thursday, July 30th, and I've come along from my knee surgery. I've gotten a lot better getting around. I haven't used the cane in quite a while, and so feels pretty good. I am driving. I wasn't driving before, but one day my son was going to take my daughter to work in the morning, and he said, how about you ride along, and then we'll stop in the parking lot on the way home, and you can, try driving. So we stopped at the high school in Elizabethville, and after we dropped my daughter off at Walmart, and I drove around the parking lot, and I was really comfortable. It didn't bother me pulling, moving my leg, because with the surgery being on my right knee this time, I wasn't even thinking about not being able to drive right away. And so that's behind me. So now I usually drive my daughter in the morning, and my son picks her up at 4 o'clock when she's done work, so that I'm not doing a lot. But, so I am driving a little more. Last week I had to take her. She was injured at work, and I had to take her down to Harrisburg for the workman's comp doctor to check her, and so I had to drive her down. And on the way back, we stopped at Joann's. So I have a little bit of a haul from Joann's to show you, and because we needed a few things. I needed a couple of flosses and ribbon and that, and so I'm going to start out with my finishes, and I just want to, I don't think, yeah, I don't think I had any. I don't think I showed this the last time, because I don't think I was quite finished it. But I did post it on Instagram that I finished my Baby It's Cold Outside. So now I have, that's another one. I have my Suffrage Act, and I have this that need to be finished. And then I finished Mr. McCandless, that I actually made it to be for my third great grandfather, who was my Irish immigrant. I put I changed the year to his birth year, and then Patrick McCary, his initials there. There were 3 or 4 things that were here, and I wasn't crazy about them. I tried doing it and I didn't like how it looked, so I put his initials in and then just added 2 more shamrocks to fill that in. So I need to finish this off as a little pillow. And then I also did, this was a new start and finish before, in between time I didn't get to show it as a new start. One of the free charts that had come out from the designers. I did the Be Well, and so I need to finish this. And these were done on 40 count. I'm not sure what exactly. I had gotten a big piece from 1-2-3 Stitch, and so I did those. And then on the day of my surgery, I started one of the free charts from the Blue Flower, designed by Jeannie McGowan. So I worked on that during my recovery, and on the 4-week anniversary, that's what I was shooting for, to finish it. I finished it on the 4 weeks after I had the surgery. So here's that finished. And so I haven't even pressed this and put the interfacing on the back. It hasn't been done yet, so I need to do that. So they've been my finishes since I last saw it. And sorry, dropped my book. And let me just write this first. Where's that? So, the summer's really going fast. Can you believe that tomorrow's the last day of July? It's crazy. Not that I've been doing anything, but we did, I had shown you in the last video the fabric that I had gotten to make masks for 3 of my granddaughters. It was my one granddaughter. She wanted something with a cow, and then it turned out that my one granddaughter, she was here and the one day after I had gotten the fabric, and I showed it to her and I said, "Do you want one?" And she said, "Yeah." And then one of my sons told me that his daughter, my other granddaughter, that she's crazy about cows for some reason. He doesn't know why. I mean, they're horse people. They have horses, and but he said there's this one. Every time her and her mother are out somewhere and they pass this place, there's a cow that she has to stop and see. So I said, well, I guess I need to make her one. So last week, I guess it was last week, I sat and I cut out the fabric. And we really had a problem because of the pattern that we had. Because this was a full design, and we had to make adjustments, and we ended up just making a pattern, just out of a circle was what we started with. My daughter said, just take a plate, and so I made a template out of a plate, and like a salad plate, and then we worked on that, and ended up with something that we were really pleased with. So this is what we came up with. And it's really nice. And one of the things we had gotten at Joann's was we got some pipe cleaners. And we hadn't done this on the other, because my son had asked for some more masks. My son that I live with. And he wanted something, he suggested about getting pipe cleaners and to put some kind of structure in the nose part. So it's, I thought they came out really cute. And so, whoops. Yeah, we finally got the elastic that my daughter had ordered back in January or February. It finally came. So we're using that on these instead of the, my son likes to have ties, so his has ties. And, so this is the different elastic, but my one granddaughter, she doesn't live around here. She lives probably about an hour away or 2 hours east of us, and so I mailed hers and the other day, and then the first granddaughter, she picked hers up yesterday, and I hadn't told her I was making them, so I wanted it to be a surprise to her, and she loved it. She just went crazy over it, so she was excited. And the other one, she likes it too. She even said, she looked at my son, she goes, "Mom's going to be jealous." You know? We ended up making 2 for each of them, and so that turned out really good. I was really excited about that, and I liked them. And this was lighter fabric. That was the other thing we were excited about because of the heat. You know, the other ones we made, the fabric was a little heavier, and now with the warm weather, actually hot and humid weather, it's Pennsylvania, and so this fabric, the fabric we're using now, is lighter, and so it doesn't make them as hot and suffocating. So that was finishes. Yeah. So now I have some haul and one new start. Other than the bee, that was a start and a finish. So I had been looking for a while and this one day I just kept seeing on Instagram that everybody was doing this. So I got Blackbird Designs Strawberry Fields Forever. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do the other 3 in the thing. I'm just not sure, but this one called to me. I really wanted to do this, and so that's my new start. So I will show you that, and so I got that, and I ordered that from Howell's Hands Creates down in Texas on Etsy. That's where I got that from, and it was really neat because when I got it from her, she had one of these cards for the project information to put on there, and so that was really neat. That was in the package. And then other thing, the one day I saw, I think it was the day of our primary in Pennsylvania, and so that was June 2nd. I saw a post on Instagram showing the vote batches, and for Sister Suffragette, and it was Summer House Stitch Works. So I looked up to see if I could find it, and I did. I found it because I thought that would be really neat to have with my my suffragette. Now she has a pattern in here for this banner, but mainly I wanted to do, and it's really neat because she has them for different countries, not just the U.S., and they're all broken out like that. And then she even has the instructions on the back on how to finish it, how to finish the button. And so that was, I also want to do this, the little I voted, a freebie pattern that's online. It's from Ink Circles, and I want to do that. So I was looking for this ribbon, the finishing, and I found it on Joann's online. So I said to my daughter, I said, we'll have to stop at Joann's when we were down. And it happened that it was on sale too. It was 30% off. So I ended up getting the navy blue with the red stitching and the red with the white stitching. So I picked those up at Joann's. And then I also got the baby rickrack to put on it. So that was what I picked up at Joann's, and we did get the pipe cleaners. So okay, that was all out of here for haul wise. And that was in that bag. And then this was really funny because it probably was back in February or March. You know those ads that come up on Instagram, and this place, Love Sew, it had these fabric markers that they disappear when the iron hits it. So I thought, I forget how much it was, but it was a whole set of them. And so I started getting emails. I ordered it, and I think it was like $15, something like that. And I started getting these emails. They were having trouble with the shipping, and it went on and on. And then finally, last week, I got an email, and it said that the company that they were using to do their shipping, they were having problems with them, and they ended up quitting them and or firing them. And they said the orders that had been processed weren't going anywhere, and so they were offering me. And my order was in that had already been processed, and they hadn't been able to change it, like to cancel it and redo it. And so they were offering me, they weren't saying anything about giving me my money back. They were giving me 30% off of an order. So I was a little annoyed. I had already been annoyed when I would see their ads. I said, I'm not going to buy anything else from them. The next day, what just show up? It showed up in the mail, and it was really funny. So there's 3 red, and there's 3 white. There's one fell down. There's 3 black, and there's 3 blue. So I won't have to buy fabric markers for a little while. So that was really a surprise. So another thing I had been wanting to try ever since I saw somebody had done was the Quaker Welcome. And then I saw somebody I think it was on Instagram, somebody put that they had finished it. It took them 9 days to finish it. And, but a lot of it was, they didn't, all the threads, and with the way things, you know, have been trying to order something, not get it, or, you know, they don't have, you know, everything that you need, or whatever, you have to wait for stuff. So I had gathered from the way they were talking that they had ordered it from 123 Stitch. And because you know how they'll have everything you need if you wanted to order it along with the pattern. So I went on to 123 Stitch and I found it. And one of the things that came out of it was she said that you need 2 skeins. Because I ended up, I got the whole thing, so it was kitted up. But an onyx, you need 2 skeins of that. And actually, when you read the pattern, it tells you threads, 2 skeins of onyx, or your choice of black thread. All others, 1 skein each. But on the drop down on 123 Stitch, it only has 1 skein. And so what I did was, because she said that, I ordered an extra skein. So I got all the threads, at all the called for threads, which is a combination of DMC and Weeks Dye Works, and these are Gentle Art, the onyx. But the DMC, they were missing, 123 Stitch was missing one of the DMCs. And what did I do with the, thought I put it in here. So that was another thing that I had to pick up using it here. Okay, so that was another thing that I picked up when I went to Joann's, because 123 Stitch didn't have, oh, here it is. It was 3781 of DMC that 123 Stitch didn't have. So I got everything else, and then I picked these up when I was at Joann's last week. So I have that. I have the whole thing, all the threads, and it's on 40 count. They stitched it on 40 count. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use this piece from, I'm going to cut these off and use this, because this is a 40 count. I'll use that to stitch the Quaker Welcome, which I've really been wanting to do this. And so that's together. And my daughter, she did a new style of bag. This is bigger. And this bee fabric. Isn't that cool? In fact, she made one and sent it to Anna at Stitch Roadies because of the beak. And so then she has the ticking on the back. So, so that, we have that. And then, the one day I was watching, Misty Purcell last week. She had showing her new things, and this is a charity piece. She's donating the money. It's her nephew has cancer, and so I saw it and I loved it, and so I ordered this, and we live like a stone's throw, so it only took a couple of days to get to me. She lives in Penn State, at State College is what the town's called, and it's where Penn State is, and I'm in central Pennsylvania, so she's a little further west of the state than me, and so I have to make this. I haven't started it yet, but I will. And then another one I want to start, and you see my Santa Claus up there, which is lavender and lace pattern. And I've done a few lavender and laces. I did the wedding for one of my stepdaughters, and I also did another one for her, which was the Victorian lady holding the baby. And then I have another one that I've had it for years and haven't even used it. It's a Santa Claus. It's another Santa Claus. But I started seeing all the fuss about the Celtic women. And I saw on Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, Olivia was going to start. She had found the alternate coloring for autumn. So I ordered the pattern. Let me take it out because it's ordered the pattern of the autumn, which I love this coloring, but I agree that this is really autumnal colors, which I love autumn colors anyway. That's like my favorites. So I printed this out. I found it on the conversion is on Lavender and Lace, their Facebook page. In the files, you can get the you can get them, and so I have this all, and I figured out what I need and everything, and so I still have to kit this up. Not sure on fabric what I'm going to use, but I still have to order everything and get that done. But what I'd like kitted up, what I'd like to do is I'd like to start it on the first day of autumn. I'd like that to be a new start on that day. So I'm shooting for that, hoping I can get everything and be able to start it then. So I guess the only thing I have to show, which is will combine, I ordered from Mad for Minders, So Enabled by Anna. She showed that she had gotten the leaky cauldron. And I mean, I have others. I have a Harry Potter that I had gotten. I know I had shown it a while ago. And I also have a needle minder that says my wand chose me. So I had gotten that. And on my new start, I did have my Baby Yoda, which everybody saw that because that's what I used for Baby It's Cold Outside. And but I changed it because the other one that I got from Mad for Minders was the Britain postage stamp. And I thought that was fitting for Strawberry Fields. And this is something else that I've gotten since my last video, is I had ordered the Elan lap stand from Artisan Designs, and I ordered scroll rods. It took 6 weeks. which they were saying they were going like 4 to 6 weeks. So it was 6 weeks when I had gotten the notice that they had shipped, and then I got them a few days later. So I'm sure he's very busy. But I had ordered a deluxe set of scroll rods, which is 4 different sizes, and then I ordered an extra 24-inch one. So those are the things that I got for my hauls, and that's my new start. And I've shown you my finishes. I still want to get the side clips. I just haven't gotten those yet to hold them in. This is new to me. I've never used a scroll rod. Even with quilting, I used to have a big lap hoop. I don't know what happened to it, but I used that. I think I used that for both cross stitching and quilting. And that had like a really big hoop, because I hand quilt. I never machine quilted. In fact, I used to hand stitch my entire quilt. I never machine stitched a quilt. But I think this time when if I start again, which I want to, I showed you in the last video that I had gotten that Civil War quilt book, pattern book. I really want to do a Civil War reproduction fabric quilt, and but the quilt I'm going to show you. This is really all that I have left to show you. I made this. This was a pattern out of a quilting magazine, and I had made this for my mom. It was her last Mother's Day. She died in 1989 from pancreatic cancer, and she was not a seamstress or sewer or anything. She was a knitter and crocheter. She taught me how, and a lot of people, she taught how to knit and crochet, and I made a lot of things. In fact, my daughter, I made her christening coat and hat. That was crochet, and I made a lot of things over the years, and that is another thing that I just started getting back into. And but I made her this quilt, and is a wall hanging. But at the same time, I entered it into a quilting event, but I never got to first base with it. So, but yeah, it has the big, I don't know if I stand up, if you can see the whole thing. Yep. That's so, but I always loved it, and hung in their dining area. And when my father remarried, and moved to Jersey, it hung in their bedroom over the bed. And so when my father died and my stepmother gave it back to me, and it hung in my living room till I moved up here and I had my apartment, and hung over my bed in my bedroom. And when I moved over here into my daughter's, it hasn't got hung anywhere. We don't have a lot of wall space here, and what there is already kind of filled up. And I wouldn't mind putting it over my bed, but I really didn't, I had never finished at that time a wall hanging. I had made baby quilts and bed quilts and that kind of thing, but I had never finished one, and I really didn't do this right. And so I had put a dowel on it, and then it would hang on two nails. What I'd like to do is get one of those quilt racks that you press it into the, it's like a clamp kind of a thing. It's a piece of furniture for the wall. And so that's how I'd like to get this hung. I have to get one of those. Look around and find one. And so that's, I do have another quilt. I'm not sure where it is. It was something I made for my husband. And what it was a block of the month. And it was a lap quilt. So he used to like to use it when we would watch television in the evening. So, and then after that, I usually used it on the couch when I would be on the couch after he died. Because I remember saying to my dad when my husband died, he loved that quilt, and I should have laid it on him in the casket and have him take it with him. But then my dad said, no, then you still have something that meant a lot to him. So, which is true. So, I really think that's all I've got to show you today. And so it, a little over a half hour. That's not too bad. So, sorry, I have to take a drink. So, I hope that you're all doing well and wearing your masks and staying well. And it's just crazy out there. So I think I'm going to close now, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. And take care of yourselves. If you liked my video, please hit the like button. And if you're new here, please subscribe and come back again. And I hope to see everybody again real soon. For now, bye-bye.